I got the horse right here, the name is Paul Revere, and here's a guy that says if the weather's clear, can do.
Hello, racing fans, and welcome back to another edition of Handicapper's Corner, brought to you by the Derby Bar and Grill. I'm Mike Heads, and Drew Forster will join me for the Sunday, October the 20th edition of Handicapper's Corner.
Winding down.
Winding down. We only get 2 more live days after this one. Of course, next Saturday and Sunday will be our final 2 days. We'll try to load up the cards next weekend.
And then after that,
Breeders' Cup.
Breeders' Cup. We still have some room here at the Derby Bar and Grill. Give us a call, 604-536-2978. Be sure to get
do it, because lots of great food throughout the day, good seating, lots of simulcasting.
Big screens and great races, of course.
Of course. Okay, first race on the Sunday Sunday program.
Yep.
Got some $8,000 fillies and mares here, non-3 lifetime, going a mile on the 16th. I went to the 5 Zeta Marie. I'm going to try Zeta
like
Marie,
Zeta Marie.
just because she's got speed. I don't see a lot of speed in the race other than the 4-horse Mark Smith. I think she can. She didn't get the lead last time, which really hurt her chances of winning going short. She had an inside draw, got outfooted, got covered up, ran an even race, just never was comfortable. This time, at least she's outside the speed of Mark Smith. She can sit on, not get covered up, no dirt in her face. She can get a good trip. And I think show more of the Zeta Marie that's already won once this year and was a narrow loser to Mayfair Lady. Both those races at the 16,000 non-2, non-3 level. So I just thought this horse was worth sticking with. I liked her last time. She didn't get her trip, but I think she gets her trip. And with the mares, they got to have their trip, or they don't run well. Yeah. And but I like Zeta Marie to defeat the 1-horse Dawn's Morning, who's streaking right now, back-to-back wins, just going great guns. And the 6-horse Her Every Wish is in top form as well. Both were victorious in the last 2 conditional races going along, so I thought those were the next 2 horses. But I just think Zeta Marie might be the best horse in the race. I'm hoping she can carry her speed long. I went 5, 1, and 6.
I went to the 1, the Phil Hall runner. Claimed this horse for 4, runner back at a 4-on-2, absolutely demolished the field. Won by almost 9, just a horse going the right direction. And these fillies, when they get good in the fall, they can keep going. So Amadeo Perez aboard. I got Dawn's Morning on top. I put Mark Smith in for second. The Marc Cloutier runner hadn't run. She ran like the 11th of August, and she didn't run back to the 28th of September. She's only run twice this year. This is better timing. She does have good early foot. Jose Asensio aboard for Marc Cloutier. Put her in second. And your top pick, Zeta Marie, I like too. Don't let her get away at a big price. I remember watching her win 23-1. The time before that, she gets beat ahead, comes back, runs a clunker. Her odds skyrocket, and then she wins. And Enrique Gonzalez sticks with for Frank Barabee. 1-4-5 for me in the first. On to the second. Fillies and mares, 4 non-3 lifetime, going 6.5 furlongs, field of 7. I like Sharp Contrast, taking a drop from the 16 non-3s right down here into a 4 non-3. Gets Amadeo Perez, who's hot as a firecracker, for Marc Cloutier. Sharp Contrast. I put Miss Viola in for second. Just ran second of this condition behind Harlan's Angel. Was clear of the 3rd-horse Bamboo 11 last time for Glenn Todd. And I threw in Hilariously Naughty, coming off a nice win at the non-2 level for Brian O'Connell, who's having a very good year himself. Another Asensio horse.
Having a great year, right?
Yeah, he's having a really
Brian
good year.
Brian and Joanne are just lighting it up.
1-6-3 for me.
I have the same 3 horses. Concerned that Sharp Contrast is in for the 4, but
it's that time of year.
Yeah, I guess this is an aggressive drop, and the horse has fallen upon hard times and not competing well at the 16,000 level, so they go head right down to 4, and I guess as you mentioned, it's that time of year, time to move them along. But I agree, Miss Viola and Hilariously Naughty would be the logical ones to go. If she doesn't win, it would be the next 2 horses. I'm going to play all 3 of them, even Bamboo 11. Even I threw in.
Yeah, I know. I was looking at Bamboo 11.
I'm not in love with anyone in there. Yeah. 1-6-3 for me in the second. On to the third race. A non-3 lifetime allowance for 3 and 4-year-olds, going 6.5 furlongs. The 3-horse Stay Fantastic should be able to get a good trip in here. He was a good third behind Finally Gotcha and Doobie in an allowance race going long. Is he better going long? Probably. But I think he can still sprint, and he's fast enough away from the gate to be in contention. Hopefully Antonio Reyes can get him into a spot on the outside of maybe the speedy Patty Dioro has some speed. Whiskey Bound doesn't. Spokane's Gem hasn't been using it, and Ranger Up is kind of route speed. Mm-hmm. But I think Stay Fantastic gets a good trip. I'm going to put him on top of Whiskey Bound and the 1-horse That Day. I thought those were your the 3-3-year-olds, which I'm leaving out a 4-year-old in Spokane's gym, who I usually do take. But I went 3, 4, and 1. I thought Steve Fantastic looked really good in here. He's run some good races.
He has run some good races.
Deceivingly good races behind Nice Horse. 5-Star General was second in the Derby trial. Ran second Amazonian, who ended up winning the BC Oaks. And finally, Gotch is a nice horse as well last time.
Yeah.
They ran third, but I thought he was the best. 3, 4, 1.
I had him on top, but I'm like you mentioned. I'm just scared. I think he's better going long. And
You're probably.
and I look back at the races. Whiskey Bound's best races this year were when he was sprinting in the spring, and he was right there and looking like he was going to have a really good 3-year-old year. They started going long, and his form kind of petered out. I'm looking for a bounce back race for him today. So I put Whiskey Bound on top of that day. Another one, Futurity winner last year, and he gets back sprinting where he's done his best work. And I put Stay Fantastic in third spot. Just looking at horses that like to sprint. That's
Right.
why.
It's a different winners on different distances.
Yeah,
so.
4, 1, 3 for me in the third. On to the fourth. 4,000 non-3 for 3 and up Colts and Geldings. Field of 7. Tough to get by the 3 KK Gold.
Just won this condition, and now he comes right back at it because he was a non-2.
Yeah, exactly. I love that angle when you see a horse that wins those 16 non-3s as a non-2 or an 8 non-3 as a non-2. As you mentioned, this one just won a 4 non-3, gets to run right back, gets to run protected. Always shows up. I mean, this horse never runs a bad race for Edgar Mendoza. KK Gold for me on top of Red Hot Rio. Another one third last time behind KK Gold. Another tough old campaigner that always seems to be right there. He is a non-3, but he's always seems to be in the mix, and I threw in Move On. Just won his 4 on 2, came back, didn't run great last time, but that was going long. Now he's back sprinting and gets Jose Asensio, who was aboard for his win, back aboard him again today. I went 3-1-5.
I have the same 3 horses. I don't have a lot to add. KK Gold, definitely a short price favorite.
Yeah.
Will likely win. Red Hot Rio, better draw. He lugged in. Like he says, check 16th, but I think he caused his own problems. Richard decided to go inside and couldn't get him off the fence. He was laying into another horse. If he stayed outside, probably would have been second. But just a tough, difficult horse to ride, and he just caused a lot of his own problems last time. But I think he would be second best, and I agree. Move On would be third. 3-1-5 for me in the fourth race. On to the fifth. This is the Autumn Leaves for fillies and mares that haven't won a sweepstake this year at Hastings or anywhere. Mile and 16th is the distance. Got a lot of 3-year-old fillies in here, and I ended up on the 5 Nice Brown Girl. I've just been really impressed.
I like
with
her. She's a nice, tough filly. Tough.
Her races, she really showed me last time that when running along in 144 and 2, like that's what I want to do is go along, and she can sit just off the pace or on the pace. There is speed in here with Northern Grey Star, who is definitely the horse to beat. Northern Grey Star, by far, is running against the better horses and has competed tough and run hard races on the head end against really quality horses. Yeah. This is a lot easier assignment for Northern Grey Star. But Nice Brown Girl's the one going the right way, peaking, and might be able to upset Northern Grey Star, who I did put in for second. And I put the 5-year-old mare, Anstrom, in for third. She's back in town after campaigning in Phoenix, Alberta. And she did have a visit here at Hastings earlier this year for 20, losing to, that was a bad race to run into under par.
Under par and Indy Rock,
That was a tough 25.
It's a tough one.
But anyway, I got her in for third. I thought she was a good off-the-pace chance, and Antonio Reyes rides. I like Nice Brown Girl. I went 5, 6, and 3.
Yeah. I'm with you. I really like Nice Brown Girl. I like Northern Grey Star, too. I put Northern Grey Star on top. But, man, I would not have Nice Brown Girl, not on my ticket. Yeah. My late pick 4. She's tough. I mean, just runs.
144, that's nice.
That's a good time. But, before that race with Fort Langley, Mario rode Fort Langley that night, and they just battled the whole way around there. She's had to run against boys a lot, too. Now she's actually
the mare races weren't going
in against girls, so that's to her advantage. But I got Northern Grey Star, Nice Brown Girl. I agree. Anstrom coming up from Alberta. Just a filly that always shows up. She's ran 7 times this year, 6 of them in the money, so a good horse to have in your tries. 6-5-3 for me in the 5th. On to the 6th, the Lionsgate. I smell a best bet of the day here. Horses that haven't won a sweepstakes. Final Jeopardy. The Peter Redcup's big purchase with eyes on the Canadian Derby and the BC Derby. He ran 3rd in both of those.
He has eyes on the Lionsgate.
He's got eyes on the Lionsgate now. He looked like a winner. I thought the premiers maybe moved a little bit early and was drifting out a little down the lane, and Brave Nation snuck up the rail and did get him, only by a length and a quarter. And Final Jeopardy was well clear of Explode, another top 3-year-old who ran 3rd. But now this is a different different beast he runs into here. He should win this race. It's going a mile 16th. He's coming off the mile and 3/8 premiers, so he shortens up a little bit. Amadeo Perez aboard, all systems go. Final Jeopardy for me. The logical older horse in here, I think, is Don't Hold Me Back. Rock solid for 25, just a little bit below the stakes horses, and this race is kind of tailor-made for him if you don't have Final Jeopardy in here. Don't Hold Me Back with Hamill aboard for Steve Hansen in second. And I threw in R.W. Stanley. We just talked about what a good year Brian O'Connell's had. One of the reasons why is this horse. He's just
brilliant.
Really cool little horse. Shows up every time. He's done a great job with him. Likes to go long. One going to mile 16, 2 starts back. Finished behind He's the Reason, and Brave Nation, the horse who won the premiers in his next start last time, the S.W. Randall, put him in for third. 172.
I have the same 3 horses, except a little different order. But Final Jeopardy, definitely the horse to beat. He even gets 5 pounds from
yeah, exactly.
R.W. Stanley.
He gets a weight break.
Don't Hold Me Back.
Like he needs that.
A crime, but I mean, he's a 3-year-old, which makes sense, obviously. But yeah, just talking in ability. If this was a handicap, Final Jeopardy would have
be the
way
highway.
More weight.
I think he'd be the
highway. These
highway.
horses, even being a 3-year-old, but this is an allowance stake or allowance event, and he's only got to pack 119, which is a bonus, but he needs a confidence boost, and he might get it here. R.W. Stanley, I put in for second. Good third to He's the Reason and Brave Nation, and Don't Hold Me Back. Another honest $25,000 claimer that is a fringe stakes horse. When things go right, he can win a stake.
He's won stakes before.
Don't Hold Me Back. So I went 1, 2, and 7, but you're right. Final Jeopardy definitely the one to fear. On to the 7th and final on the weekend. $4,000 claimers, non-winners of the year, going a mile and a 16th. Non-winners of 4 lifetime also can qualify in here. The 5-horse Ace Deuce, I'm going to lean to. I was between 5 and 4. Ace Deuce is probably a little bit better going along. His best races last year were going a mile and a 16th, but he's had an abbreviated campaign. Some issues, obviously, along the way that have held him back, and he's just had a couple of races here in the fall, and he had a win over the non-1, 2, 3 placed horses of the meet, where he did defeat Kelson and Instant Cash, and then followed that up with just an okay third behind Hunter's back in an open 4, but he's always better going along, and I think the more relaxed pace will help Ace Deuce. 4, Genoa Bay, what an honest horse. Pat Jarvis, another one's had a great season.
Yes, she has.
And she's sending out one of her live soldiers, Genoa Bay, who seldom runs a bad race. Always right.
I know,
there,
look at that.
He
runs big every time.
Just an honest horse, Genoa Bay, and he's live. I put the 8-horse DC's Wild Card. Another one's been really good for Bruce Unwin and Bruce Conley. They've last 6 starts have been excellent, and just a horse that's on a roll. And since he got stretched out to a mile and 16th, seems to have found a home. So I left out Heart Set, Will to Gold. I thought those horses were worth a mention, but I went 5, 4, and 8.
I'm with you. I got Ace Deuce on top. I put Will to Gold in second. This is a horse that he won his non-3 in the slop, going a mile 16th, beat Mustachio, who came back to win. Then he tried that mile and a half endurance race with Absolutely Stylish Square Dancer. That's
clubbed in that one last week.
A little tougher. Now he's back in, mile 16th, $4,000 level. Amadeo Perez is aboard him. Will to Gold I put in second, and I agree with Genoa Bay. Just a hard-knocking horse for Pat Jarvis. Put him in third. 5-1-4 for me. In the nightcap, that I'll do it for our analysis of the Sunday card. Up next on screen will be our picks.
There we go.
Mike, as always,
back in race number 1, need to go to the 5. Zeta Marie going to call for Hall of Famer Frank Barrowby to get the opener. We're open here for Uncle Frankie. Going to go 5, 1, and 6. Race number 2, I went to the 1. Sharp contrast on the class drop. Going to go 1, 6, and 3. And race number 3, cutting back in distance, but I still like the 3. Stay Fantastic over the 4 and 1. Race number 4, one of the hot horses of the day will be KK Gold over the 1 and 5. Race number 5, definitely like the Sharp filly, number 5. A Nice Brown Girl over the 6-horse Northern Grey Star, and the 3 Anstrom, and the 6th co-feature. The 1 Final Jeopardy will be a short price. He should be very dangerous. Going to go 1, 2, and 7. And in the finale, I went to the 5 Ace Deuce. Going to go 5, 4, and 8.
On to my picks. Back in the first, I went to the Phil Hall run. Dawn's Morning. Couldn't have been more impressed with her run last time. 1, 4, 5. In the second, I took the Cloutier Dropper. Sharp Contrast. 1, 6, 3. In the third, this is a good race, the third race. I went to Whiskey Bound. I like his sprints. 4, 1, 3 for me. In the fourth, I agree with Mike. KK Gold looks very tough for Edgar. 3, 1, 5. In the fifth, I like your pick, Nice Brown Girl. I went with Northern Grey Star, but I really like Nice Brown Girl too. 6, 5, and 3 for me. In the sixth, tough to bet against this one. Number 1, Final Jeopardy. He'll be a short price. I put Final Jeopardy over Don't Hold Me Back and R.W. Stanley. In the nightcap, I agree with Mike. Number 5, Ace Deuce over the 1 and the 4.
Well, thanks everyone for tuning in to Handicapper's Corner. Hopefully you've enjoyed the show. Good luck everyone on your wagers on the weekend. We only have one more weekend to go. Of course, Saturday, October 26th and 27th. We'll be trying to load things up next weekend with a lot of races. Last opportunity for the horses to run. But 7 races on Saturday, 7 on Sunday. Wish you lots of luck in your wagers. And don't forget Breeders' Cup coming up, fast approaching. That'll be the Friday, Saturday. If you don't have tickets or
no reservations, give us a call, 604-536-2978. We still got some room available.
Yeah, get her done. On behalf of Drew, thanks everyone for tuning in. Good luck, as I said, and we'll see you next time here on Handicapper's Corner.
I got the horse right here, the name is Paul Revere, and here's a guy that says if the weather's clear, can do